Yo, welcome back to another episode of Turn the Hemmed Up. I'm your boy, LP82, along with my co-host,
Young Tech, aka Wordplay.
where we gather every podcast to talk about what's going on in the world, especially in hip-hop.
Turn the Hymm up podcast.
Where we talk about real facts and everybody's truth.
I mean, you gotta have that confidence to where it's on you, you know, you can't lack up. I got too much passion to quit, man. I gotta keep going all
Let's
day.
lock it in.
Turn the
Y'all ready?
Hymm up podcast. Turn the Hymm up. Turn the Hymm up podcast. Turn the Hymm up. Turn the
Yo, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of Turn the Hemmed Up. I'm your boy LP82, along with my co-host
Young Tech, aka Wordplay.
and
Craig Lit.
Craig Lick. Welcome back, sir. Welcome back. And today, of course, we have
Gene behind the scenes.
Gene behind the scenes once again with some questions.
Every time.
So, first and foremost, how's everybody doing?
Straight.
All right, cool.
Right.
I'm doing all right, chilling, trying to get through this week.
What y'all got planned for the week? What's going on?
A lot of stuff is going on. So I would like for us to kind of touch on something that's very serious.
Let's do it.
Tick, you've been my boy for a long time, long time, and somebody I know that's very important to you, very important, as well as Craig Lit and Gene behind the scene. But, knowing you and being real, knowing you first and being real close to you, I know that one person always stood out in your life. And it's always, you can go through many songs, and hear his name.
My cousin Blue
It's Cousin Blue.
passed away, so, we got to go to his funeral Thursday. It's my cousin, brother, Bugs.
Right.
And yeah, man, you wouldn't never see me without him, you know what I'm saying? We would always be together, and, we did everything together from high school, up. We always kind of stayed together, you know what I'm saying? And he was like my best friend, and like a brother to me, so.
We should pull up them pictures too.
Yeah, definitely got to do that, so.
Right.
And rest in peace, Blue.
Rest in peace. Dodger Blue.
Yeah, man.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, man. You know what? Before we jump in, I remember a fond memory of Kevin when we was younger. Kevin and Tick, y'all about 10 years older than us. We'd be playing football, and they'd be swiping at our knees as we running through the living room.
Yeah,
So I always remember that when I think
Yeah,
of
we used to be in the living room. We had a little, we had moved the couches out the way.
Yeah.
We'd be in the living room. We'd be playing with little bro, you know what I'm saying? Like,
tearing our legs up.
Yeah. Got them better with they juking, though, you know what I'm
that's
saying?
true,
And all
man.
that. So, yeah, we used to have so much fun, man.
He will be missed, man. That's
Yes, sir. So
really
rest
cool.
in peace. Rest in peace. Delvin, anything you want to say?
Sure, man. I just remember it used to be times when it was just me, my mom's, and my brother at the house, just kicking, rocking. Now I lost both of them, my mom and my brother. So now it's like sometimes I just feel like I'm the only last one standing. Even though I'm not, I got a huge family, but
You got us, man.
yeah, yeah.
And
No, but I'm
they in a better place, man. So.
yeah, for sure.
Right, man. So I just wanted to give Kay that time. You know what I'm saying? So let's give it a moment of silence real quick. All right. Rest in peace, Kay. All right. So I wanted to make sure we did that. So we do have some questions from Gene behind the scene.
Yes, sir. All right. First of all, was this the second podcast? But y'all was on a hiatus, right? I wanted to know where y'all been and why'd y'all come back? What happened? I need both of those questions answered first.
Well,
Where you been first?
shit, working.
Yeah,
Hey, life is hard. Hey, life is real. Hey, we real authentic. We don't do no fake shit. We work hard. You know what I'm saying?
life could take you on a journey to where you're not fully, into what you're supposed to be into. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we was on a little hiatus, and we was, we had other things outside of this podcast that we was dealing with, and job and all of that. So that's what kind of took us off. But we look at it like we still got to follow, what we passionate about, and and try to see if we can make this work again. So.
And also, y'all need to like and subscribe, to motivate us to keep pushing.
And during our hiatus, whether we like to believe it or not, we did get some more subscribers, though.
There you go.
So that's
in the process of us
in the process.
hiatus, we got more subscribers.
So I want to do something from here on out when we do get like people that leave a comment or whatever, whether it's good or bad. Leave them. Make sure they're good. Let's give them a shout out.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, that would be dope. So
one of the comments that we got in our inbox, or one of the DMs we got is, what made y'all come back? We know why y'all took the hiatus, but what made y'all say, all right, it's time to do it? Is this like a stress reliever for y'all? Like what pushed y'all to come back?
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of therapeutic in a way. You get to release a lot of things we want to talk about. We talk about life topics and then current events also. So,
right.
And we touch on that, but this is something we passionate about, you know what I'm saying? And then I feel like if it's something you passionate about, you love to do, and you can monetize it, why not do it? You know what I'm saying? So it's always good to go with, with your dreams and what you feel, you should be doing.
Yeah. I would like to say, it is one of those type of things, like when you haven't done it for a while, you do get that like, dang, like, you know what I'm saying? Or you see other podcasts, and trust me, it's not a race or anything, it's not a competition, but when you see other podcasts and stuff like that, then you always forget about, well, wait a minute, I got my own podcast. So yeah, I think it was a lot of that type of stuff too. So, for me, like I said, it feels good. It feels good. It feels right. Especially with Gene behind the scenes.
All right, let's get into this, man.
Yeah, come on, Gene. I know you guys. Hey, throw something out there.
All right, so let's talk about this Metaworld.
Right.
So it's been some talk in the media about it, but what do you guys think about it? Is it something you would engage with? I don't know all the particulars, but you guys know what I'm talking about with the Metaworld, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let y'all kick that off. What do y'all think was something y'all would engage with? And anybody that can give a better backstory than I can, we can kick it around.
Well, I know with the metaverse, I know there's been a lot of talk about it. It's been like major companies pretty much creating their businesses within the metaverse. I know I've never really like been in the metaverse, but basically what it is like an alternate world where people can create their own little, avatars and stuff like that, and just pretty much I guess it's like a video game in some cases, but I know a lot of people have been talking about it. I know Snoop Dogg has been talking about it when he took over Death Row, making it a metaverse record label and stuff like that. McDonald's, a lot of major companies are really heavily into the metaverse. So that's as much as I know about it, but I know there's been some crazy stuff going on with it.
So would you guys engage with it? What's your thoughts on it?
I don't think I could leave my physical form to go to the Metaworld.
Because that's one of the things, right? You got to leave your physical form.
Yeah.
So you couldn't do it?
Well, they haven't did that yet, but they're saying that one day possibly that it could be something to where you can leave your pretty much your mind or your brain can be taken and put into the metaverse or robots for that matter.
So and you would do it? And why if you would?
Well, I think I would do it just because it's based off the simple fact, like, I don't know, like if I can make it my way, yeah, I'll do it. I don't know, it just seems like it seems interesting, like like.
But I would imagine if you did it, you would put yourself in the most perfect world.
Hell yeah.
But see, I think in reality, well, it's not reality.
Hey, once you leave your physical form, it is your reality.
But I look at it like I feel like it should be challenges or something for it to be a perfect world and everything go your way. You know what I'm saying? I think that gets boring over time.
I agree
think
with
you need some type of challenge or some type of obstacle. Like if you win at every game in basketball, every single time, there's no challenge. It's like I already know I'm about to win. You know what I'm saying? So
so Craig Litt, if you was to enter into it, what's your perfect metaverse, or what does it look like? If you could paint your own picture of your perfect world, what would it look like?
It'll be hard because, like Tick said, it won't never be no challenge. Like, you could just walk into the studio, make a number one hit song every time. If I jump on the football field, I win every game, score every time.
And that's a bad thing? That's a bad
No,
thing?
it's not such
thing.
a bad thing. But if you kind of already know what you know, what I mean, it's a perfect world for you.
Like, I don't
So
know about
it's kinda
everybody
like-
else. When I play sports, I like to play to compete. I want to win, of course, but I think that's the reason why I want to win, because it's my struggle trying to win.
Because think
Not
about it.
necessarily-
That's a bar.
Because think about it. Let's just say you play a basketball game, right? You play the game. Would you rather play already knowing you about to win every single game? You got 14 games you got to play. You know you're going to win all 14 games. There's not going to be any challenge to it. Or would you feel more better if you won the game, but you had an obstacle? You had to go through something. Like you had to, you lost a few games. And you know what I'm saying? It's reality to where it's like, you lost a few games, but then you made it at the end. I feel like that'll feel more fulfilling.
It'll kill
than
all
just,
the value to everything you're doing, because
Well,
don't have to
I'm
work
gonna ask
for
y'all a question. Have y'all ever lived a perfect life?
No.
Then how we know how a perfect life would be like? Like think about it. Like I know we embrace struggle, but that's because we have no choice. We have to embrace
Because
it.
I look at it like if you go into the Metaworld and you want the perfect life, there's no. I'm just saying there's no challenge to anything. You
But-
just kind of know it's like, all right, I already know this. I'm gonna get what I want today. You know what I'm saying? It's not nothing fulfilling. Like
But that's the thing. I think struggle is because we have no choice. We just deal with it. Like, but in the same token, though, we do everything with those intentions for it to be
but
perfect.
you would get bored of everything that you. If you
Going
I
your
don't
way,
know.
yeah.
I don't think I'd be bored. I'd be like, shit, life. I'm chilling. Like,
so you wouldn't be bored.
like I never lived a perfect life, so I don't know. Should I be bored and I be going through struggles? like I'm bored.
You're going to go crazy if you just get everything you want, dog. But you know what? I will say this, though. Get everything you want is like, you feel fulfilled every time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to always feel,
yeah,
you can always
that's a
feel
good
happy.
thing
Like,
about it,
so
but-
that's the good part. I think the stress will go away for sure, because you got everything you ever want. So, but also the question I need to know for this is, can you bring your old family members back? Because
Or would they have to join the metaverse themselves? Right?
they do. So, like, the ones
I
you-
don't know. Go ahead.
If they let's say that they would they don't have to join. It's just your world, and they're there if you imagine them to be. Would that be something that intrigues you to engage with it?
Yeah.
You would?
Yeah, that'd be even more of a reason. So you mean to tell me I can have still my my kids and stuff like that with me and stuff like that?
Let me ask
But
you
then
this.
again, there's the mindset of okay, there's the physical form and
Let me
you're
ask
not
you this,
there. Go ahead.
So what if you in this, you in this trance where your body is just nothing no more.
Yeah.
So you going along with the program, right?
Right.
But your family, they not doing it. So they don't have you no more.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's the drawback.
I
But
wouldn't want that.
Yeah.
that's
So
the
now
drawback.
they suffering because
I would definitely want my family to be involved. Everybody that I'm close with. I wouldn't want it to be where I'm leaving them behind because I'm going into this world that's perfect. You know
But
what
they're
I'm saying?
there though. You're gonna still experience them in every way.
but they won't experience you for real.
But
Locked up somewhere.
But
just
so you
not as a
locked up.
person.
He's like your body just chilling there and shit. Like look at this sorry motherfucker right
Hey,
here.
man,
but-
your
but-
body's poof.
But looking at
This
them,
nigga didn't want to pay child support. This nigga went into the metaverse.
look, if you leaving your physical form though, not everybody's leaving their physical form. So you still got your family that you just left behind because you decided to go into this meta world.
But okay. But think about this though. Your family's gonna be in the metaverse though.
Yeah, but
But
in
you get to
reality,
experience
though,
them. Well, what's reality? What's
reality?
reality?
Is like the life we're living in right now.
Is this reality or is this a perception of reality?
No, this is reality for sure.
How we know?
That's a good question.
Until we die. I mean, it's only we here on Earth. This is reality. When we die,
As far as we know,
But
Yeah,
do
as
you
far
ever
as we
sometimes
know.
think like a lot of shit we do really doesn't fucking matter at all? Like it really
shit, try to kill
doesn't matter.
you gonna go to jail.
No, like in that sense, yeah. But I'm just talking about like just a lot of stuff that we do, because it's like there's people that eat healthy every day and still die young. And there's people that eat horrible and live forever. Like,
So is it kind of like, what's the point?
yeah, like it's kind of like, I think life is more based. There's no one, like, of course we know there's no one way of nothing. There's all this stuff where like okay, for instance, there's dudes out there, and when you say family, that slave away and do everything they can for their family, and their family still treats them like shit.
But I don't think you should fall back because of that. Because I do agree with you, but I don't think you should fall back from handling your responsibility or treating others the way you want to be treated. I think you should still follow your morals and principles and the things you would do normally. I think you should still follow it. But yeah, you are right as far as, like, does a lot of this matter? You know what I'm saying? But I still wouldn't change the person I am because of that. You know what I mean?
But you know the thing is, in reality, we do change the people we are. We just don't think it because it'd be so slow of a process. But we do technically change the person we are.
I mean, in terms of what, like,
based off of how people
reframing from like emotions, as far
Like-
as like really snapping on somebody, kind of controlling that.
like, for instance, like, you know how we say everything is all situational, right? Like, we all say what we're gonna do, but then, like, say situations change, things happen, then you become a different person. So it's like a lot of the things that we think we stand on, we just stand on at the moment. Like, there's a lot of, man, like, niggas be saying, I'm not gonna tell, I'll never tell. Let some shit happen. Oh shit, I don't know, man. I gotta tell. Like,
Yeah, you get put in that position, it's a whole
years
different
of life.
story.
Would you say in the past 10 years you guys have changed significantly, or not really?
Yeah,
Pretty much
yeah.
the same.
Of course.
What's the most major ways you think you've changed in the last 10 years?
I just think you learn every day. You learn something new, even if it's like this small. You learn something new that you ain't never learned before.
So what would you tell yourself if you could talk to yourself from 10 years ago? What advice would you tell yourself?
10 years ago,
Yeah,
man,
right.
now I got to think about how old I was.
Have more patience. I have more patience than I did when I was younger. So
I would say, I know it sounds like cliche. I'll say like just get into a job that you want to do and stick to that. Just stick to that. Like, no matter what hard times who get on your nerve, whatever. Just stick to that one
Stick it
job.
out.
Set up your retirement plan. Just set up everything just so you could be good. That way, when you get to be my age now, which is 28, about to be 29, you could damn near pretty much get ready to retire.
But do you think changes from people, like, let's just say somebody killed somebody when they was 16, right? You got a guy that killed somebody when he was 16, and he goes to jail and he's doing time. This is maybe 20, 30 years he's done already. Do you think his mindset changed? He say he changed. He's not that same person he was when he was 16. Do you think it's just because he's in that position that he's changed, or do you think he really changed? Like, do you think people really
I think it's
change,
both.
or do you think people just say they change because they're in the position they in?
I think everybody's story is different. Because there's some people, bro, that kill people when they're 16 and went to prison, and they can still be that killer when they're fucking 46.
Yeah. Everybody says, "Oh, well, I'm
But
not
the
that same
action
person."
show. The action is going to show.
Like-
I notice a lot of people say that they go to prison and they be like, "Oh, I'm not the same person I was, back then." Like, had they not have got caught or been in jail, would they still be that?
But that's
you know
cool.
what
I think the reason why they got caught and going through what they're going through is the reason why they changed.
If
If you don't get caught, you low key flawless. Like, you think what you did was right, low key.
like,
you
like,
grow over the years too, though, and you wisen up. You might not. You might just not be on that type of time you was on when you was like 16, 17. When you like 30 something, you like, man, I was doing some stupid stuff.
it is a proven fact that, a lot of things that you do when you're young, of course, your mind hasn't developed in that mind, to understand the consequences. Like, of course, right and wrong, but a lot of times your actions and stuff like that, it does change over time. But I think everybody's situation is different. Like, it's a lot of times when we hear stories, they kind of base it off, like, there's like a million, like, of course, there's people that go through it, but everybody's story is different. So when they tell these stories, they was like, oh, there's a million people that just had the same exact situation as me. When reality is like, this is your life story, and this is how it happened, and this is how it was handled, and this is how you handled it. Like, I think, like, there's nobody that can say they're living the same exact life that I'm living. As much as we like to say, people will tell you, oh man, just keep working hard and motivate yourself, da da da. But then there's people that do that shit every day. They don't never go nowhere. Like I'm just saying, like it's just.
Do you think? But do you think it's something else to that though? Because you said, all right, just to say, you might not be putting your best foot forward with accomplishing what you need to accomplish. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people may say, "Oh, put in the work" or whatever, and then if you're not really putting in the work, but you're doing it every day, you know that can, you know, stop you from handling your business too. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
if you staying consistent with what you're doing, but you're not really putting in the work you need to put in to make it happen.
I'm gonna ask you a question. Real talk. How many Michael Jordans are there in the world?
One.
How many times they try to compare Michael Jordan to all kinds of players? Countless, right? So that means to tell me that no matter his life story is not going to make my life story. So a lot of times I think people like, oh, I want to be like Michael Jordan. But the reality of it is, like, Michael Jordan is in a different time frame. He came from a different family. He came from a different part of the country. Like, there's so many things.
Work ethic is different.
Hey,
Work ethic is
God
different.
tailor-made Michael Jordan to be Michael Jordan.
Yeah, but it's just like there's so many things that made him who he is that you would never encounter just due to the fact of it, either time frame, ethnic background, where he grew up at, his parents, like, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that's instilled in him that will never be a part of another person.
Do you never want to be like somebody like you seen?
Hell no.
Never seen somebody that you like, man, I wish I had his life. I wish I had
Not so much as, but see, that's the thing. That's the perception. We're looking at this person over here. I wish I had their life, but they probably going through fucking hell. They're probably like, nigga, I wish I had your life, like for real.
It might be certain traits that somebody have that I'll be like, man, like maybe they handle things a little better than I would handle, and I'll be like, man, I would like that person's traits, but not a full.
But
that person.
What's
you know
one trait that you feel like another person has that you wish you had? One trait.
That's a good one.
One trait that somebody else has.
Yeah,
that
you wish you had.
I like Snoop's trait as far as adapting to people, and you know what I'm saying, like just being comfortable around everybody and adapting.
So the question is, do you like who you are?
Yeah, I like him.
Okay, then if you was to do that, then you wouldn't be Terrence. See, that's the thing. Like, Snoop is Snoop for Snoop being Snoop. Like, I can never, like, I can say, oh, damn, I wish I had Snoop money, but then again, will I be like Snoop with his money? Like, or I wish I had,
I see what you're saying.
nigga, you might get Snoop's trait to adapt, and you might be a con artist. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you going around, like, just getting people out of money and shit like that.
Your life is tailor-made for you.
Yeah, it's tailor-made for you.
So you play your position the way you play it. Not everybody can do what you do in certain ways. And I noticed that too. Like, everybody has a gift. Everybody has something to them. You just got to figure out what it is. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's special in their own way. I might not be able to do certain things LP do. LP might not be able to do certain things that I do. You know what I'm saying? But everybody has something in them that's a gift that everybody can pick up on or be like, yeah, I would like that trait or something about that person. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I feel you.
Like, it's crazy because it's like we all do it, though. We all do it. We all sit back, especially with social media being what it is today. It's so easy to want. And I think a lot of times that's what really fuck people up. Is that they,
What, social media?
No, just they try to either well, of course, we know if they try to compare, of course. They try to compare or they try to emulate somebody else.
Yeah. And that never works in the end, though. If you think about it, you kind of fade away from that. If you don't have no originality to yourself and you just biting off the person, like look at music, for instance. Like everybody want to sound like Future and all that. All of those people get kind of lost in the sauce, you know what I'm saying, over time, and they don't stand out. But the greats that stood out, Lil Wayne and all these different people, they mastered the ability to where they stand out so much that they created a lane for themselves to where it's longevity for them in the game, and people, they appreciate they type of music.
Oh, yeah, I think that's interesting. I don't think, speaking for myself, I don't think I compare myself to anybody. I don't see a celebrity and say, oh, I want their life.
Yeah.
What I do, I'm haunted by my own past failures. And those are the things that kind of keep my mind in a limitation where it's like, man, I think I can go to the moon, but I'm thinking about how I was 5 years ago, and I'm like, dang, remember you messed up.
I know exactly
you know
what
I mean?
you're talking about.
Have you
Yeah.
guys had a feeling something
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah.
But your old past transgressions that's holding you down in your current situation?
Yeah. I would say I like how you said that because I do have that. It's like if I had the ability that I have now to want to kind of seek out certain things when I was younger, I probably would have been better off. But then again, like you said, once again,
Maybe that happened for a reason too.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It kind of like it shifted me to probably want to do it more now. Because if I would have did it when I was younger, I probably wouldn't have did it now. I probably have been like, I know everything. It doesn't even fucking matter. Like,
I look at the music, right? So I wanted to be a rapper when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? Like 19, 20, I was like, I'm about to be it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it never happened for me. You know what I'm saying? But let's just say it did happen for me. Was I ready for that? You know what I'm saying?
Real
Like
shit,
I might have not been ready for it. I might have would have gotten the game and didn't know how to handle it. Maybe lost my temper or something, or and a lot of things I picked up on and I know now I didn't know when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of that could play a big part.
My biggest fear with being too famous, my biggest fear always been with becoming too famous is that once I become that level, it's gonna be like if that fails, it's gonna be hard to just get a regular job and like.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
To come down from that, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like that always been like my biggest fear is like if I ever made it to the top, it's gonna be hard to try to bounce back doing regular.
Would you say hard because
see,
on
because
yourself,
the way,
or
though, you
because
shouldn't
I'll be
look at
looking
it
at
like
you,
that.
judging you? Would you say it's hard because I'm looking at you, judging like, look at you, or is it hard for yourself mentally saying, I can't work at Walmart after being the biggest
No,
rapper?
I got a pretty strong mind. I can go back to whatever. I can erase all that shit and go back to. It's the people that's judging me.
Yeah.
So if I go work at a Walmart after making fucking golden hit records, people going, you know what I'm saying? It's just gonna be hard for me to get a regular job, man. Like,
You think that's a little bit like you
shouldn't have
controlled
that
by
mind,
the masses though?
But should you have that mindset to even think that you would go back and you know what I mean?
I know somebody that's like that though. Not they're not famous, but they was like a drug dealer. They was like the man. They always had money, cars, whatever. And it took that person a long time to get a job because of that mindset of, damn, like, yo, used to be, hey, like, what's going on? You got a job now? Like, like, you know what I'm saying? And that, and sometimes
was the man. Huh?
yeah, exactly. And I think sometimes you deprive yourself of blessings when you think like that because it's like you're so stuck into who you thought you were that you don't want to. You gotta, like you say, life is forever evolving. You forever changing. And when you think like that, it's like you're blocking yourself from blessings. Or and then when you finally get over that, then you be like, damn, I should have did this years ago. Like I should have been did this. And the person I'm talking about said the same thing. He was like, I don't know why it took me so long to get a job. I was so worried about other people saying, like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? So now that he got a job, he working, he's excelling at it. Yeah. He's like, I should have been did this. Because, like you say, drug dealers are the best businessmen in the world.
But you know what's crazy, though, about making it to the top and being used to making so much money in, like, the entertainment business? Because now you used to getting money from the sponsors or selling records or dividends, off of your old shit.
Yeah.
That is like, that's how you ain't used to getting a job now.
Yeah.
So, like, just say, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you just lost all your energy to stop grinding, then that's on you. You just going to be going down. Like,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, it's like you got to forever have that mindset to keep being creative and think of shit. You can't chill. You can't relax.
Oh, yeah,
And I feel like, when you going through something like that sets you up and molds you to become something better. You know what I'm saying? I think in general. So, like, let's just say you had a lot of problems in business or whatever, I feel like it's good to go through those problems, you know what I'm saying? That way you know how to deal with it way better, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it becomes a little second nature for you to, you know what I'm saying, to go through something and then learn from it. And then, because you got to step ahead of everybody else that didn't go through it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I think that plays a big part, like just that. I feel like you should have to go through something to get better or you know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying though? Like,
Yeah.
Y'all mature. I wouldn't. I don't want to go through the pain. I don't want to.
Yeah, but
I don't want to see failure.
Yeah, but if you don't go through the pain, can you handle what's coming to you?
To
Like,
me,
you know what I'm
think
saying? Like,
I don't
if
really
it-
care.
if
I
it's
just want it to
something-
be good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it in theory. It makes sense to say no pain, no gain. But in reality, I don't want to feel the pain. Like, I would much rather get the gain from it. I would be lying to you if I told you I'm looking forward for the pain of my current situation because it's gonna propel me in the future. Like, no, I want to feel good now. I don't want to feel good then. I don't know how to deal with pain.
It kind of makes you ask ask yourself the question: do you do things with the intentions of failing? Like, do you when you do something? Do you put in your mind like, I know I'm going to fail at this shit, but I'm gonna learn. Like, or instead of saying, you know what, I'm gonna knock this shit out the first try. I don't give a fuck.